Still continues.
The RAF has defended its practice of low flying over North Yorkshire. At a public meeting in Ripon last night, the Air Force explained why it's necessary to ensure pilots are properly trained, but some people were less convinced.
North Yorkshire is home to RAF Leeming, one of Britain's frontline RAF bases. 2 squadrons of Tornado F-3 jets fly out from here. But the north of England is also subject to flying by fast jets of other RAF bases, along with European and American air forces. Low flying may be noisy, but the RAF says it's vital if it's to maintain a high level of effectiveness.
We do everything that we can to try to minimise that disturbance. We're flying something like 600 low-flying sorties every day, and our policy is to spread that flying as widely and therefore as thinly as possible.
But this explanation failed to satisfy some of the people at last night's meeting.
For them to fly over schools, I mean, it's just not on. And to fly low over roads where there's traffic and where our people commuting to work, that isn't done either.
The Air Force claims complaints have dropped by 40% in the last 5 years, but they admit that perhaps sympathy has increased since the Gulf War.
Police hunting a missing West Yorkshire schoolgirl want to trace a stolen car seen in her hometown the day before she disappeared. The last reported sighting of 13-year-old Lindsay Reimer was at this bus stop in Hebden Bridge 9 days ago. Police say the car, a red Honda Civic with the registration FYY215W, had been stolen in Leeds the day before. It was seen in Hebden Bridge the night before Lindsay disappeared. And that's it. We're back again at 5 to 6. Bye-bye.
Fun's back on the agenda for Friday evenings with the return of Cryer's Crackers, with new guests, old jokes and even older suits.
It looked like the gear from Richard Whiteley's last car boot sale.
Got to be a point there.
Cryer's Crackers, Fridays at 6:30.
How good is your automatic powder on cool wash whites, especially when under attack from little monsters?
She causes the main mess food-wise, and sometimes I don't bother putting bibs on.
So we asked her to try a new mystery powder on cooler temperatures.
I was really pleased with the wash at a general low temperature. Well, these would be completely covered generally by the time I get to wash them. She won't wear a bib or anything. She's had that ages, absolutely ages, and it's still quite white. And the colours have stayed nice and bright. I'd like to know what it is.
Hiya, Debbie. New Daz Automatic.
It's much better.
New Daz Automatic. Stay cool for even whiter whites, right?
Think of the taste, which opens up the goodness of the country and captures the memory of how mature cheese used to taste. Cathedral City, the full flavour of mature cheddar cheese. And it's packed in many sizes.
Cathedral City.
For those who know their cheddar.
Here we go, it's 3:30. It's time for fun, it's time to see all our friends on CITV.
Hello, welcome to Wednesday CITV.
Is it a castle in the air? Yes, it's a castle in the air. Flags are flying plain to see. Alphabet Castle A, B, C. With old King Alpha and young Queen Bet, and flags are flying the alphabet. Alphabet Castle, Alphabet Castle, Alphabet Castle A, B, C.
You know, some clouds look just like fish. Fish swimming in the air. Oh, and look at that cloud. That is a whale of a cloud. I'll see what else I can see in the sky. Oh, well, nothing much at the moment. Hooks hooks in the sky? Why? What are they here for? Betty! I wonder where they've come from. A giant's castle in the air, perhaps.
Ooh, or maybe a giant spaceship from somewhere out of space.
But what are they fishing for?
No idea, King Alpha. Wait a minute. Maybe they're fishing for compliments. You know, nice things being said about them. Oh, let's just give it a try. Oh, you beautiful hooks. Of all the hooks I've seen in the world, you're the hookiest. Oh, well, maybe not. I'll go off and try and find something else.
They need something to hang on them. My clothes, perhaps. Well, they can't have them, but they could have my crown. How's that?
Let's have a look. What's in here? This one. Oh, well, give it a try.
Hooks in the air, what are you after?
Is it tears or is it laughter?
Is it laughter?
No, neither.
Hooks in the air, why are you there?
It's not jewels that are dear, that much is clear.
Very
Hooks in the air, why have you come? Is it food you want? I'll make you some.
Alphabet letters. Lots and lots of letters. I usually put them in King Alpha's spaghetti. Now, which one shall I use? Oh, yes. The letter T, R, E, and another E. That spells the word tree. If all the trees were made of spaghetti, and all their fruit were made of spaghetti too, there'd be peach-etty and plums-etty, and the odd apple-etty or two. The letter F, A, R, and M. That's the word farm. If all the farms were made of spaghetti and all their animals were made of spaghetti too, there'd be pigs-etty and chickens-etty and the odd sheep-etty or two. An S, the letter E and A. That's the word sea. If all the sea was made of spaghetti and all the things that lived in it too, there'd be mackerel-etty and octopus-etty and the odd crab-etty or maybe two. Well, let's give these letters a try. Maybe these are what the hooks are fishing for. Here we are. One bag for you and another for you. I wonder where King Alpha's got to. He might have gone down to Alphabet Street. Let's have a look through my Bettyscope. Let's see. Oh, yes. Well, there's definitely something going on down in Alphabet Street. Something very fishy. Max and Lola are going fishing today.
Whoa, that was the one that got away. And you know what they'll say when they get back?
Oh, you should have seen the one that got away. You should have seen the one. You should have seen the one that got away. That got away. That got away.
It was enormous.
How much did it weigh?
Well, it's hard to say, really.
That got away. Oh, you should have seen the one that got away. You should have seen the one. You should have seen the one that got away. That got away.
Say.
What a catch!
I know, but he wouldn't play.
Oh, you should have seen the one that got. Seen the one. You should have seen the one that got away. 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 That got away.
You should have seen the one that got away.
You should have seen the one that got away.
Oh, that's given me an idea. Let's try these on the hooks. Oh, yes!
You know what those hooks are going to say when they get back up there?
Oh, you should have seen the one that got away. You should have seen the one. You should have seen the one that got away. That got away. That got away.
Is it a castle in the air? Yes, it's a castle in the air. Flags are flying plain to see. Alphabet castle A, B, C. Alphabet castle. Alphabet castle. Alphabet castle A, B, C.
Watch now.
In a very special way, we adore her, nothing surer. You're the one that can brighten up my day.
Oh, hello, you lot. I'm just mixing up some cake mix to make a yummy fruit cake.
Hello, Wizardora.
Oh,
What are you doing?
hello, Tatty. I'm mixing up a fruit cake.
Ooh, but it looks all soft and gooey.
Well, that's because I haven't finished mixing it yet. Now I've got to put it in the oven. Look, it's all soft and creamy.
But a fruitcake's all hard and crumbly.
Well, so will this one be once I've put it in the oven and cooked it. Oh, Tatty, please can you go and see if my bag of mixed fruit's over by the oven? Tatty, have you found that mixed fruit yet?
I can't find it, Wizardora.
Oh, what have I done with it? Oh, where did I put it? Oh, diddle! I've broken my wooden spoon. Now what can I use? It's the only one I had.
A fork. That's what you need.
Oh, yes. Actually, a fork might do it.
I'll just go and fetch it then.
Oh, thanks, Tatty. And while you're doing that, I'll look for that bag of mixed fruit. Now, where did I put it?
Oh, I do wish that certain people would respect other certain persons' personal living space and not dump their old rubbish in that person's said space.
Hangle? That's my mixed fruit bag. And it's empty.
Exactly.
Draw, people.
Here we are.
Tatty, what's that for?
For stirring your fruit cake. I mean, stirring your fruit cake.
I'm afraid not, Tatty. It's a bit too big, and even if I could fit it in the bowl, it would make everything come out all lumpy. Oh, but if you really want to help me, you could go down to Stan's and get me a new wooden spoon and a huge big bag of mixed fruit. And you could also get me...
So, you want a new wooden spoon, a huge big bag of mixed fruit, and...
Shh! I don't want anyone else to know about that. Oh, Tatty, don't forget this. Whoops. And while you're at Stan's, I think you better get some wool and we'll try and fix your trousers.
Thanks, Wizardora.
And I thought it was going to be so simple just to bake a cake.
Oh, hello, Tatty. Oh, you've been doing some gardening?
Hello, Stan. No, this was for Wizardora to mix her stir with. I mean, stir her mix with.
What on earth was she mixing? Cement?
No, she's caking a bake. I mean, baking a cake.
Why was she using a garden fork to bake a cake?
She's not. She's using cake mix.
I see. Yeah. Right, look, let's start again, shall we? Morning, Tatty.
Oh. Oh, me?
Yeah, no, all right, forget it, Tatty, forget it. Look, what can I get for you?
A bag of fruit spoons, please.
A bag of fruit spoons?
Yes, and some mixed wood.
Yeah, look, Tatty, you don't mean a bag of mixed fruit and a wooden spoon, do you?
Don't I? Do I? Yes, that's right. A bag of mixed fruit and a wooden spoon.
Right, then. Hello. What's wrong, Tatty?
That thing just bit me.
That couldn't bite you. That's a cheese grater.
Well, it wasn't very great to me.
Well, that's because you shouldn't rub your finger over it. It's very rough and sharp. It's used for making big pieces of cheese into small pieces of cheese.
Oh, but it's full of holes. I mean, full of holes.
Yes, well, that's so that when you take the soft cheese and rub it over the rough and bumpy surface, the cheese that you're cutting can escape.
If I was sliding over that thing, I'd want to escape.
Yeah, quite. Right, well, I'll get what you want. That is, if I can trust you not to touch anything else. The bag of mixed fruit, was that a large one or a small one?
You
haven't hurt yourself again, have you? Now, you won't get powder off like that. It's too powdery and too clingy.
Well, it doesn't feel clingy. It feels very nice. Like watton coal. I mean, cotton wool.
Yes, well, that's because it is so fine that it sticks. Now, you're going to have to wash it off with some soap. The bag of mixed fruit, was that a large one or a small one?
Ooh, none of those, Stan.
Medium, then?
Nope, not that either. A big one. That was it, a big one. Slippy dippy.
Now, what's gone wrong?
It was the soap.
The soap?
It just dived straight out of my hands. And then I chased it across the floor, but it escaped. And I hanged my bed. I mean, banged my head on the counter. And I've just remembered.
Well, I'm surprised you've forgotten so quickly.
Forgotten what?
Well, that the soap is so slippy.
I haven't.
You said that you just remembered.
That's right.
Yeah, but...
I've just remembered that Wizardora wants secret seating. I mean, something secret.
Oh, great, Tatty. You got my wooden spoon and my big bag of mixed fruit.
Yes, and the...
Shh, that's a surprise. Right, I'll just put this huge big bag of mixed fruit by the oven while I finish mixing my fruit cake. There. If I'm not very much mistaken, someone's going to be in for a big surprise any moment now. Now, while I'm waiting, I'll fix Tatty's trousers. Have you got the wool, Tatty? Oh, Tatty, that's wire wool. You need lamb's wool. Wire wool's used for shining metal, not repairing trousers. It's too rough.
Well, maybe I can use it to shine the big sign I'm about to hang up then.
Well, what sign's that, Hangle? Oh, yes, Angle, I wanted a word about that.
Oh, you did you? If you're about to say sorry, then I'll accept your...
Good gallop early, Kinnis Cash and French Furs took...
Oh, I'm not sorry, Handel, but I know some little...
Wizardora, my mouth's on fire!
What was in that bag?
Hot chili peppers, and it jolly well serves you...
One would like to have happened is this horse just to tie up a little bit so he...
Promise never to touch things you shouldn't ever again.
We promise, we promise.
All right, then. You can have some lemon... Is that better?
We adore her, we adore her. Doing things in a very special way. We adore her, nothing surer. You're the one that can brighten up our day. Living with your most peculiar friends in a kitchen full of fun. Hoping each day never ends. We adore her, we adore her. You're the one that can brighten up our day.
Please read us a story, old bear. We'll all gather round. Dear old bear, sit in your favorite chair. We'll sit all around, dear old bear.
Zebra had been giving the toys rides in her little red cart. All morning she trotted up and down the room, pulling one toy at a time from the sofa to the door and back again. "My legs are rather tired," she said, as Sailor climbed down from the cart. "I think that had better be the last go." "But I haven't had my turn yet," cried Rabbit, who was waiting at the starting point. "Couldn't we just do one more trip?" Zebra was about to reply when Little Bear ran into the room. "Beep, beep, beep, beep," he shouted. "Why are you beeping all over the place?" asked Duck. "I'm a hooter," said Little Bear breathlessly. "Bramwell said I could be one if I ran in front." "In front of what?" asked Sailor, looking all around. "The car, of course," said Little Bear. "What car?" asked Duck. But just then, something big and red and driven by Bramwell Brown whizzed through the door. It rattled across the room towards them and gradually slowed down, finally coming to a halt right in front of Little Bear. "I suppose this is it," said Duck. "Yes," said Little Bear proudly. "And look, it's even got headlights." He pointed to 2 soup spoons sticking out of the bonnet. "Those were my idea." Old Bear walked all round the car. He prodded the cardboard bodywork and examined the wheels. "It's very good," he said. "It must have taken a long time to build." "Ages," said Bramwell. "But we thought Zebra would be pleased. She won't get tired pulling everyone in her cart now, and they can all ride in the car." Zebra didn't look at all pleased. "But I like giving people rides in my cart," she said. "It was only my legs that were tired." "Well, you can have a rest now," said Little Bear, patting the bonnet of the car, "because we'll all be whizzing around in this. And you can even have a ride yourself," said Rabbit. That will be fun," said Zebra doubtfully. Rabbit peered under the car. "How does it work?" he asked. "With this," said Little Bear, pointing to a large key. "It winds up a rubber band which makes the wheels go round." "That's clever," said Old Bear. "Isn't it, Zebra?" But Zebra didn't answer. Slowly and sadly, she was dragging her cart across the room to a little corner by the window. "I might as well park it here," she said, "as nobody needs it anymore." The other toys were all too busy admiring the new arrival to notice Zebra. Little Bear picked up a building block. "I'm going to build it a garage," he said. "That's a good idea," said Bramwell. "The car's paintwork will stay nice and clean in a garage." "Can I have a drive now?" asked Rabbit, who couldn't wait any longer. "Of course," said Bramwell. "Just wind it up and away you go." Rabbit started to turn the key round and round. Suddenly, the car began to move. "How do you stop it?" called Rabbit, as he bounded along trying to catch up. You can't, cried Bramble. You just steer it into something soft. But I'm not in it, puffed Rabbit, still running along behind the car. Then you'll just have to let it wind down, called Old Bear. It shouldn't take too long. But Bramble had had an idea. He scrambled up onto the sofa, waited for a moment, and then, just as the car whizzed past, he jumped right into the driver's seat. Well done, cried Little Bear. Bramble grabbed the steering wheel, and with a quick turn, he steered straight into a cushion. Thud! Rabbit bumped into the back of the car, and Little Bear's headlights flew out of their holes and landed with a clatter on the floor. Old Bear held Rabbit to his feet. It's quite clear to me, he said, that this car needs brakes. It's all right if someone's driving it, said Bramble, picking up the headlights. Then they can steer. From inside the car, muttered Duck, not running along behind. Can I have a go now? Asked Ruff. Of course, said Bramble. You be the passenger and I'll drive. He pushed the spoon headlights back into their holes, and Old Bear turned the key round and round. Bramble and Ruff started to move. Faster and faster they drove, to the left and to the right, bumping and rattling as they went. Bramble waved to the other toys. This is fun, he called. You must try it. But Ruff was staring straight ahead. Look out, he cried. It's Cat. She's in the way. Cat looked up sleepily to see the car rushing towards her. She was just thinking that she probably ought to move when Bramble suddenly swerved to the left and missed her by a whisker. He didn't miss Little Bear's brick wall, though, and with a crash the half-built garage landed all over the car. Oh no, cried Little Bear. I shall have to start again now. Bramble and Ruff climbed out of the pile of blocks. You are going too fast, said Old Bear. It isn't safe to drive like that indoors. I think you should have someone walking in front of the car to warn everyone that it's coming. I'll do that, said Little Bear, who decided that garage building wasn't such a good idea. You'll need a red flag to carry, said Duck, to show that the car is dangerous. I'll use my trousers, said Little Bear, sitting down to take them off. With his trousers tied to a pencil, Little Bear practiced walking up and down while the other toys pushed the car out of the pile of bricks. Bramble examined it closely. Just a few dents, he said. I'm sure it will be fine. Come on, Ruff. In you get. I think I'd rather run behind this time, said Ruff. So Bramble climbed back into the car. Could somebody wind it up? He called. Rabbit went to turn the key and then stopped. It's gone, he cried. Who's taken it? Nobody had taken it. It must have fallen out, said Old Bear. They all stared at the jumble of coloured bricks. It could be right at the bottom, said Duck. In fact, it probably is. Little Bear stopped marching up and down. I think I know something that might help, he said, rushing off. When he returned, he was carrying a big red horseshoe-shaped magnet. Well done, Little Bear, cried Bramble. The key is metal, so it will stick to the magnet, and then we can pull it out. While the other toys moved the building bricks around, Little Bear prodded about with the magnet. A nail and a paperclip stuck to the end, but nothing bigger. Bramble moved an extra big block, and suddenly, with a bing, there was the key, hanging on tightly to the magnet. Hurrah! Cried the other toys. You found it, Little Bear. As a reward, said Old Bear, I think you should have the next ride in the car. I'll walk in front with the red flag. Very excited, Little Bear clambered into the back of the car, behind Bramble. Then Rabbit turned the key. The car began to move forward. Bumpity-bump, bumpity-bump. It's not a very smooth ride, is it? Said Little Bear in a rather shaky voice. It isn't usually this bumpy, said Bramble. I think something must be wrong. As he spoke, there was an extra big bump, then a wobble and a crunching noise, and then the wheel fell off. The car tipped sideways and Bramwell and Little Bear fell out. "Oh dear," said Old Bear. "The red flag didn't help that time, did it?" Bramwell stood up and looked at the rather crumpled three-wheeled car.
I was a bit uncomfortable about the Van Dykes eyeing us when we got undressed.
Something safer, he suggested. Something that goes quite slowly, can stop easily, and doesn't need a key. Thoughtfully.
And she had to sing that very sad thing from the Messiah.
Asked Little Bear, "What is it?" "I'll get it for you," said Old Bear, and he hurried away. He have with him but Zebra and her little red cart. Little Bear looked at Zebra and clapped his paws. "Of course," he cried. "She doesn't need brakes or a key, and she never goes too fast. Are your legs tired, Zebra?" Zebra shook her head. "While you were all driving the car," she said, "I had a nice little rest. Now I'm ready for a whole afternoon of rides. So, let me see. Who's going to have the first go?" "Me!" cried everyone at once.
When?
Thursdays.
When?
20 past 4.
Where?
CITV. So don't miss it.
Right.
Right. You win.
Mrs. Jessup, leaving.
I think she might. If they can't see what's going on, I'm not sure I want to be part of that school anymore.
That's later.
The touch of silk can have a magical effect. Smooth and creamy Galaxy milk chocolate, swirling around whole hazelnuts to create new Galaxy hazelnut. Why have cotton when you can have silk? New Galaxy hazelnut.
A scorcher review today, the Power Trax truck, one of the toughest 4x4s available. On- and off-road handling is remarkable due to its monster tyres, and it's available in 4 metallic colours with personal decals as standard.
The price, only an unbelievable 8 tokens from Kellogg's Cornflakes.
To make Menu Master's World Cuisine Chicken Tikka Makanwala, we use only chickens that have attained perfection. Each grain of rice is polished on maiden's knees. The vegetable curry must match the magnificent colour of the hills of Tak. Every bhaji is individually woven by Yetis. World Cuisine Chicken Tikka Makanwala is so delicious, thousands exploded with happiness. Only far-fetched meals pass the bird's eye.
Have you heard the news? Huggies are changing.
Pure or perfect stone. Also,
Huggies now have a new way to help stop leaks better and keep your baby's skin even drier.
And you can move more easily than in ordinary bulky nappies. New Huggies, now even drier.
Discover the delicious combination of fruit, almonds and hazelnuts in Galaxy Double Nut and Raisin. Why have cotton when you can have silk?
It's cartoon time now on CITV as we continue our season of classic clashes between Sylvester and Tweety Pie. Avenger penguins! Have you heard what they're saying? What a fine figure of a penguin! Rocky, the wittiest penguin in the Western world. His mum. Wow, wish I could do that. Any kidding. That's enough. Watch Avenger Penguins, Fridays at 4.
But that's smashing. There would have been 12 of those, of course.
I couldn't believe these new thin nappies. They stretch and keep my daughter Rebecca really dry. Before, with the children I've looked after, as they moved around, I've sometimes seen nappies start to gap and leak. Then you get a wet tummy.
New Pampers Ultra Thin Stretch have a stretchy waistband and stretchy sides. They're designed to be better at gently hugging and...
Exhibited at the Royal Academy in 1784, and this...
With the new Ultra Core, they absorb so much better than before that they're the driest thin Pampers ever.
These new... It's less gapping and great dryness. So now nothing stops Rebecca having fun.
New Pampers Ultra Thin Stretch. The driest thin Pampers ever for drier, happier babies.
A scorcher review today, the Power Tracks truck, one of the toughest 4x4s available. On and off-road handling is remarkable due to its monster tyres, and it's available in 4 metallic colours with personal decals as standard.
The price, only an unbelievable 8 tokens from Kellogg's Cornflakes.
If you're not allowed to whistle, sing, or dance, a silence like this can be eerie. If you let it could put you in a trance. But if you just raise your voice, it'll make your heart rejoice when the first...
The association goes on a goodwill mission today to Belgium, co-host...
Tell this silent world that music is the king. Gotta dance, gotta win.
Let's see. You were doing 140 in a 35 zone. Side-swiped 3 cars. I believe this bumper belongs to you. Destruction. Carnage. Oh, you didn't use your turn signal, son. I'm gonna have to write you up for that last one.
Stunt Race FX with the Super FX chip for multi-dimensional visual weirdnicity, only on the Super NES.
How could this be? There's something wrong, you'll agree. It's no hot dog at all. It's shaped like a ball.
We're Campbell's Hot Doggers.
Did aliens come down and make everything round?
What's with my underwear?
They made balls out of frankfurters, those rotten-shaped perverters. Say, these Campbell's Hot Doggers taste good.
In 3 flying sauces.
Hey, they're from Campbell's. We knew that they would.
The new Fisher-Price Doodle Table has so many ways to be creative and such a neat way to clean up. No wonder Polly and Wally doodle all the day. The Doodle Table, new from Fisher-Price.
Every day's a cartoon day on CITV.
No. Busted the nib. I need another pen. Another pen. I always, I will have a pen. Bro,
Right, watch it, keep back. I'm warning you, I'm a trained whinger. It's you, you great goose. Look, your socks are falling down.
I don't wear socks.
Eh?
Ooh. And he jumped out of his skin then. What was that thing?
Hey, it's my personal attack alarm. I'm sorry about that. It's very loud, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turn it off! What? Turn it off! What? Turn it off! Turn it off. I can't hear. I'll turn it off. There we go.
What do you need an alarm for anyway, you wussy? You're a wolf.
Well, you never know, do you?
No, you're definitely a wolf. I've seen the label.
Hey, no, this world we live in today, it isn't always that jolly.
No, it's not going to be that peaceful from now on either, is it?
In fact, it can be jolly dangerous. I purchased this for peace of mind, and I, for one, feel much safer with one of these strapped about my person. Shall I take you through it?
I've been through it already, thank you.
Because it's got lots of different settings, you see.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, you can switch it to manual or automatic. It was on automatic when you attacked me just then.
I didn't attack you. I hardly think reaching for a pen constitutes an attack.
Now, in that particular instance, it was on the setting, hello, he's a bad 'un and no mistake. I'll tell you what, I'll set it again. All right, here we go. Now, then, would you attack me, please?
My pleasure.
No!
Hang on, bro. What's this?
Eh? That's the battery. It must have fallen out.
It must have done, yeah.
Yeah, well, let me know. Come here, then. There we go. Pop it back in.
That's the idea.
There we go.
Give me your money, then. Give me your money.
No, wait, let me put my battery
darling,
back
where's
in.
your purse? Where's your purse,
No,
eh?
stop it. I can't do it if you're attacking me.
What, is this what you're going to do, then? You're going to reason with an attacker, are you? When he's attacking you, eh? Why don't you pop your battery back in, eh? Eh? Dear, oh, dear. Turn it off!
Nay.
Turn it off!
What?
Turn it off!
What?
Right. I'm going to.
And that's not even its most sensitive setting. At its most sensitive setting, you've only got to look as if you might do something and it goes off.
Come in here!
You're not going to hit me, are you?
Come on, no, I'm not. I want you to look at something.
Yeah,
Look
what?
in the paper there, look. See that advert?
Smash him.
I might apply for that. Full of interest, aren't you? I could do with a few, Bob. Eh? Eh? I could... Do you mind? This is personal.
2 more applicants to see you, Mr. Spunt.
Thank you, Miss Underhand. Send the next one in.
Mr. Spunt will see you now.
Oh, Mr. Who?
You see, mysteriously, many of our exhibits have been disappearing. We tried to solve this problem last year by employing a state-of-the-art alarm system, and this seemed to do the trick. However, last year, the alarm system went off. Miss Underhand was very quickly on the scene, but there was nothing to report. However, sadly, artifacts are being taken once again, and we feel the need to advertise for another night watchman.
Another one? Oh, there'll be 2 then. Who's got the job at the moment?
No one. The previous incumbent left some months ago.
Was it him that was pinching things?
It's a long night. The night spent alone after hours in the museum. The man who had the job before lost his marbles.
I'm not surprised. Fiddly things, marbles, aren't they? They roll everywhere, yeah? I don't expect he found it dark with the lights off. And